Hello, everyone. I am Kurt Roskoff, and we are here at the World Ability Podcast Network. This is your Blue Collar Crypto Show by Tim Torosian. We are pleased to be keeping a long-standing schedule on Sundays. The second show is at 5:30 Central, so we're bringing this out, releasing it in the following hour. But that is the schedule, 4 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Central, your Blue Collar Crypto Show by Tim Torosian. Tim is here. He's ready to host. And the Blue Collar Crypto Show I have found to be about Tim's devotion to all of the blue collar workers out there and having a lot of ideas out of the cryptocurrency space. And sometimes Tim is branching off in other ways to, look at, complementary, supplementary income formats and side hustles, side gigs, all the things that helps somebody deal with if their money is not as much of their month. If they have more month than money, then all of these ideas Tim talks about can help you bridge to the adventures and finances that you more have in mind. So, Tim, take it away. This is your Blue Collar Crypto Show.
Well, hello, blue collar world. Let's go back to where we were a couple generations ago, or 4 generations in the blue collar world, and we find ourselves in a different place. And really, if I could be your counselor for a minute or for a couple shows, I always have to come back to that point where it's not easy to get your mind around that. Of course, if you have a family, you do whatever you can. That means outside of your, and as Kurt mentioned, side hustles. And there's, the crypto, blue collar, blockchain, blue collar, Bitcoin, whatever you might want to call it. There's several terms. It is a side hustle. And the great thing about Bitcoin is it is the perfect side hustle, because so many people find themselves with, let's call it the 401k, which was invented in the 1980s. And generally, whoever you have that 401k with, they are investing your money in crypto. So here's a way. Should you take that money out and invest in crypto yourself? Sounds a little scary, doesn't it? So a little like a horror movie. This gets scary sometimes. And I like to tell you, I'm your counselor here. Why should you invest directly, actively in the crypto market? Nobody's really telling you to do that. To take, but that's what's happening, right? Do you think that your money is not being invested in Bitcoin? It is. If you're not investing in it, whoever you're invested with is investing in Bitcoin. So it's indirectly. You personally are not buying Bitcoin, but if you have a 401k, your 401k is buying Bitcoin. Can you make better returns on it if you invest directly? I'm going to say yes. If you make an active buy in Bitcoin, it's supposed to go up 10 times or 20 times, or it's supposed to hit $1 million okay. So it's worth 100,000 now. It should be worth $1 million in the near future. Is your 401k going to do that? If it's not, you should consider taking money out and investing in Bitcoin under your name. And how to do that with a hard wallet, which is you can wear on your keychain with your car keys if you still use car keys. Or anyway, a hard wallet is a piece of plastic that has a code in it that is only in that piece of plastic, and it's not on the internet, so they can't find your code. They can't have access to Bitcoin, right? So anyway, how to invest in Bitcoin, how to invest in crypto. This show is all over that, right? By the way, a little plug for myself. I just went on YouTube and saw my videos. You can't see me, but you can hear me. I don't have video. It's kind of fun. You know, I have a YouTube channel, I guess, right? And I've been watching this, and we've been doing this show for 4 or 5 years now, probably longer. And I just do it because it's fun. We're going to make an active push to get more viewers. But if you type in blue collar crypto, you type blue collar crypto on YouTube, you'll find right there, right on the screen, one of 5 or 6 professed blue collar crypto shows. And all of my past shows. So this show is about investing in crypto in Bitcoin directly, and maybe the other digital assets, with whatever, another word for crypto. But crypto is a broad term used for all the different Bitcoin-like, similar to Bitcoin out there, tokens, you can call them, currencies. They're used for several, unlike the dollar, which is basically used for paying for things, right? We all know what the dollar is for, and maybe a dollar is used for putting in the bank. Okay. Crypto has several uses, several uses. Crypto is multifaceted. We can use it for payments. We can use it for investing. We can use it for gaming, which 95 or 99% of our young people, our young adults, are doing. So why not have a currency that's good for gaming? And everywhere the dollar goes, the crypto goes. So let's get back to the blue collar world here. We have to keep talking about working for a living and how is that valuable. I did see online that the dollar has lost 9% of its value since January. When you compare it on against foreign payment systems, foreign currencies, the yen, the franc, let's see, the pound, the British pound, the euro, but it's lost 9%. So when you're getting paid, you're kind of getting a pay cut at work, right? Like maybe they should be paying you in Bitcoin. Wouldn't that be more advantageous? It's a currency that's going up in value. So here the point is if they're not giving you Bitcoin, you should be going out and getting it for yourself. How's that for being direct? If you're not getting Bitcoin from your employer, you should go out there and get it yourself. If your 401k is not giving you Bitcoin and you don't know about that, or they're giving you a fraction of what they earn on your money, maybe if your 401k is not giving you Bitcoin, you should go get it. If your employer is not giving you Bitcoin, you should go out there and get it. I hope to be different than the YouTubes and the Facebook shows or whatever online. I hope to be different than those who say this is a disclaimer that this is not financial advice. I mean, that's kind of hooey, isn't it? Like, I'm going to tell you what you should be doing, but by the way, absolutely don't take me seriously. And I don't want to get sued if I give you advice that makes you poor. Well, if I make you poor, you know, I guess you listen to my advice. And none of us is perfect. So let's keep going. we have to keep talking about XRP here and Bitcoin. Now, XRP is roughly $2.10 a piece. Bitcoin, in order to have one share of Bitcoin, you kind of need to have thousands of dollars, right, every time. But I also have heard that you can buy fractional shares of Bitcoin and likely to go up. Now, XRP, you can buy 1,000 shares. I say shares because I remember the stock market. 1,000 tokens of XRP for $2,000. And if you buy 1,000 of those for $2,000, it goes up 50 times. You've made $98,000 when XRP goes to 100. And that's $93,000. As they say in the blue collar world, you can take that to the bank. But as a segue, on the way to the bank or while it's in the bank, the federal government may want some of that. The state government may want some. The taxes on it can really eat at it. When you sell your crypto, your coin, your Bitcoin, your XRP, whatever, the government wants on your 1040 tax form, there is a line right smack in the middle of the page. Have you sold any crypto? They want to know. They want their share. The government wants to get paid for your wonderful lifestyle. So if you made $100,000, their hand will be out and they say, you know what? I think we deserve 30,000 of that or 20,000 of that. And what did they do to get that? I'm not so sure. They certainly didn't give you the right currency, right? They didn't give you the dollar that performed so well. They didn't, they gave you a dollar that didn't perform. I'm not so sure that they gave you Bitcoin. So, but they definitely want its work. Remember, you're investing. Being an individual investor is a job today. Today, it's a category of work. Back then, you went to a factory, you punched in like I punched in. I punched out. I tried to behave myself. I tried to make the boss look good. I tried to work hard. Today, that was a job. Today, still here, not quite as many of those as they used to fill a factory up with 30,000 employees. That's pretty rare today. You might have 30,000 employees all over the state of Wisconsin where I live, but not in a single building. That was reality. Not today. Today we have the individual investor job, J-O-B. And your boss is your computer or your smartphone or your brain. You are your own boss. But to be an individual investor is there's millions and millions and millions of those. There's the category. Probably the top job category in the United States. Not really too much to think about there, but if everybody's investing from their smartphones, that's quite a few people and is growing and growing and growing. We have to talk about XRP. You should look up XRP. There was a lawsuit. Now they're bona fide because they survived the lawsuit. It's about $2.10. It was up over $3. So you're likely to make 50% on your money if it goes up to the high that it was at before. Outside of that, it's a terrific investment. Now, let's get back to taxes. Consult your tax advisor or read up on some tax laws or find some YouTube videos. I recommend Mark J. Kohler on YouTube. Mark J. Kohler on YouTube. He explains how you can find, whatever you do with your taxes, you can push them into the future. You could take deductions on them just like anything else. But I'm glad and proud to be here, Blue Collar Crypto, We're working at getting a co-host. We're looking at becoming bigger, and we're looking at TV streaming. We need more, and we're proud to give our advice. And if we say this shall not be construed as financial advice, take it with a grain of salt and chuckle a little bit, because you need financial advice in today's world, and even more so. There's a lot of money to be made here, and if you take charge, you have to take charge of your money. There is a lot of financial gain and wealth that can be created by the individual. That's you, the individual investor. Signing off of Blue Collar Crypto. Thank you, Kurt Roskoff, for producing today, being the engineer, and I'll see you next week on Blue Collar Crypto on YouTube. Blue Collar Crypto. Find us on YouTube. Thank you.
This again is Tim Torosian with Blue Collar Crypto, and we are here every Sunday at 4 o'clock and 5:30 p.m. This is part of the World of Ability Podcast Network, and thank you so much, Tim, for hosting. Looking forward to seeing you back here next week. Again, Tim